Yo, what's up, guys? We're back. Time to close this chapter of life. Crazy that 2025 has come to an end. I'm sorry about the lack of vids. Not like you're my mom or my professor. You probably don't really care. I need to take it upon myself to be better at doing this because I have fun doing it, and I gotta stop scrolling so much and watching YouTube and blah, blah, blah in my free time. Instead, I could be talking to y'all. Highly recommend you be more creative. I know there's that thing you've been thinking about doing. You know what I'm talking about. That good thing that taps into your creative side that you've just pushed off because it's just might take a little more effort than scrolling on TikTok or something, you know? I'm guilty as charged. That's why I'm here though, trying to do this for y'all, get this video out, talk about what I'm liking, some of my recommendations for music you should check out if you haven't already. And please drop below in the comments some songs that you think I would like and think I should check out because it leads me to good music. Like I talked about in my last video. Someone recommended an album to me or an artist. I checked it out and it was awesome. So please do so. That would be amazing. Let's hop into closing out 2025 through going through the songs in November and December that I listened to. Yeet. All right, first track that's up is It's Strange by Louis the Child featuring K-Flay. This is the instrumental version. A 10-year anniversary for this song came out. Crazy it's been 10 years, by the way. And you've probably heard this song before. And this instrumental version came out, and I really like the instrumental version. I don't hate K-Flay's vocals, but they are a little unorthodox and a little odd. This instrumental version is just super fun, and it was just fun hearing this song's instrumental again, and the drop is just so fluffy and bubbly and brings me back to those future bass days that are long gone now, mostly. So, yeah. Just a fun track, and if you haven't heard the original, I think you should. Talked about before how I saw Holo live in May this last year in 2025, and KLAXX was one of the openers for him at the show, and it got me on KLAXX. I love KLAXX's music now. I've shared a couple of his songs that I've listened to, and they collabed. They released a song called I Feel Alive, and Holo's electric guitars in this thing. And a lot of, you can feel definitely some of his influence in some of the sound choices and things. I really like the first drop. The latter half of this song is not as good to me personally. It's still fine, like I'll listen to it, but it's just it gets a little heavy. And I just didn't love the sound design in that latter half. But the first drop's super fun and totally blends both their styles really well. So check it out. Oh man, more Bennett Coast. Give me more Coast of Bennett. That didn't make any sense. Give me more Bennett Coast. He released an EP called Fashion for the Mourning, and it is amazing. Probably 10 out of 10 EP in my book for realsies. I love 4 tracks from this EP. Video Mind, Being There, Allison, and Pressure are all really good. I think Pressure's probably my favorite. I heard it again the other day, and I was just like, this song is just so good. Yeah. Bennett Coast is dope. I really don't think he's had a bad song. And I love some of the other songs I've talked about, Now I Know You, and Rogue, and 40-Hour Drive, and Pretender, and probably some others I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. He has just a good discography, and I highly recommend checking out his stuff, especially this EP, Fashion for the Mourning. Go do it. You probably won't regret it. The Kid Laroi was releasing singles for his now released album called Before I Forget. This single was called A Perfect World. If you know the meme, you know the meme. Perfect World. If you know, you know. This song is also really catchy, really good. I love the pop vibe that the Kid Laroi brings to these songs, and it's just good. It's just good. I really don't have anything too technical to say besides the Kid Laroi is pretty dang solid stuff. I think his popularity is deserved. Muy bien. Dominic Fike released a song called White Keys. I think this was like an unreleased track that's like been on the internet for a little while or something. I'm not too sure, but it's really, it totally throws me back into his old days of his like demo tape EP that he released. It fits that like vibe really well. So I wonder if it's about that old or from around that time frame, because this just fits that vibe, the melody and the sounds used and how it all comes together. Dominic Fike has been on a roll, and I just love his stuff. I just think he has a really unique style and voice, and so I think it just works. The Happy Return lead singer, whose first name is Davin, started his own project called Davin. And he released an EP called Irene. And I listened through it, and I really like the song Decency. I listened to that a good amount. It's pretty melancholy and chill, and just talks about wishing this girl had some more decency. You know what I'm saying? And don't we all need some more? So I don't know what I'm saying, but it's a good song, and I hope Davin keeps making more songs on this solo project, because he's got a lot of talent. I think he's got stuff in his bag for real. A little switch of tone here. We're jumping into some EDM. So Haywyre and Braken, not really sure how to say it, are like two legends of the Monster Cat community about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, Train, I'm dating myself hard, yeesh. And they collabed and released a song on Monster Cat in November called Reverie, I think is how you say it. It grew on me a ton. I listened to it a couple times. I was like, that's not as good as I want it to be. Kind of weird. But no, it slaps. It's a banger. The melodies get stuck in your head, and all the like hooks and melodies used throughout the drop and the verse or whatever is really good. And it's just catchy as heck. And it just worked. So, well done. You got me. Shout out. And I hope Monster Cats keep releasing music like this. I love when we have some of these OG artists collabing and coming back to Monster Cat, because it just feels so good to have some artists that I actually know that are releasing on Monster Cat and whose names I remember. So, and I feel like a lot of the YouTubers I watch, like in the EDM space, always will like react to these songs and post a video about it, because it just is that good and that popular, just having these artists come back and release music. So hopefully get more of these artists that have a pretty strong name for themselves releasing more stuff, because it's just good. Like World released a song last year collabing with somebody. Please come back, World, please. And we need more Grant songs as well, if he's still making some EDM music. That would just be awesome. Those are my requests. And Bad Computer, please don't stop. Bad Computer's great too. Oh yeah, more EDM too. Space Laces released Voltage 4. It had a very similar vibe to the FU Skrillex album that came out in April this in 2025, this year in 2025, of just like super fast-paced, quick songs that are like, super quick tracks. The song was a minute long with Eptic, who I've heard of on Monster Cat. He's released some stuff on Monster Cat and collabed with Space Laces before. This song's called Worm Time. Worm Time. Yeah, Worm Time. It says Worm Time before the drop. Worm Time. And it says Worms before the second drop. Worms. And I'm recommending it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to rethink my criteria here. But I don't know. It's a banger. I think it's bass house, I think is the genre it feels. It's just pump up. It's just hype. I mean, it's a minute long. It's just fun. I heard it when I listened through the album. I was like, that's just kind of fun. I don't usually like a ton of the heavier stuff, but this one just stuck with me. I thought it was just fun and goofy but catchy at the same time. We're still in the EDM world. The Chainsmokers. You probably know who the Chainsmokers is. There's probably a lot of artists that I've listed so far. You're like, I don't know who you're talking about. But the Chainsmokers, that's a name you know. You know Closer. You've heard that song before, 100%. If you're below the age of 35, probably. You've probably heard it at least once. So, and I don't really follow the Chainsmokers. I thought they're kind of mid. They kind of like, I feel like got too super popular and mainstream, and some of their songs, like I don't even think Closer's that good, if I'm being real. And then they released that like one song with the Coldplay dude, and that song's pretty good. It's catchy, but it's just very basic, vanilla, cookie cutter stuff. I feel like this EP, Breathe, really went back to their just good EDM roots and every song's unique. Every song's a little different. I think it's like 5 or 6 tracks, and they all just get to the point and are good tracks. I talked about Helium, I believe, before. That's on this EP. And Spaces, Veins, and The Cure were all solid ones that I have added to my playlist. I just really liked them. I thought they all bring a little something different to the table. They're all different like styles. Good stuff, Chainsmokers. Please keep this up. This is like quality, like solid stuff, like easily 7 out of 10 in my book. So keep it up, because this was dope. Awesome stuff. More EDM. Dang, we're not out of EDM yet. Hopefully that's your cup of tea, because I'm recommending Look by Nikita the Wicked featuring Emmy Grace from his Blinded by Vanity EP. Shout out Nikita the Wicked for releasing the EP. That's dope. I feel like that's just a huge accomplishment as an artist. to compile some songs together that you like and have produced. I like this song. It's definitely weird. Nikita the Wicked is kind of like very odd niche of EDM music, but I like that it's fresh and it feels unique and cool. This song I listened to and I remember not really liking it. I don't think I added it, but then it just got stuck. It like stuck in my head and I like heard it one day in my head and I was like, well, I guess I like that song. So here it is in my playlist, and I listened to it a decent amount. Not a ton, but a decent amount. I think Bennett Coast kind of like tramped a lot of these songs into the ground. I listened to that EP a lot, but these songs were still good. Fred Again is probably a name you might know as well. If you know EDM, you know who Fred Again is. I know he got pretty popular like in 2020, 2021, that era. And I've like heard some songs from him. I talked about Victory Lap on this channel before. I talked about this one, I forgot what the title is, but it's on this 10 Days EP. It's with Skrillex and Duskus. I forgot the exact title of that song, but it's really good too. And I kind of went on this Fred Again kick for a little bit, listening to like his Boiler Room set and his Tiny Desk set on NPR and some of his like other YouTube videos that he's posted of just like live sets at people's like apartments of his friends. And I just like his vibe. I just think he seems like a really down-to-earth, chill dude and who really likes connecting with other people and also connects with music really, really strongly. And so I like that vibe. I feel like I can relate to that. And so I heard a lot of these songs that I add to my likes from those sets and things. 10 on that 10 Days album or EP is, I think it's an album, 10 is really good. I listen to 10 a lot. The vocals are fun. And the drop is just buttery, smooth, silky, just floating happiness is how I describe this drop. And just how the synths used and the backing is just ethereal. It just feels like I'm floating. It's so cool. So highly recommend checking out 10. It's a great track. And then I also really liked Rose or Forgive on his Actual Life 2. And I think I heard that in one of his sets and added that to my likes because it's also solid and super vibey and chill house. Good job, Fred Again. I'm going to keep listening to your stuff. All right, last song I think is this random little side project from Son Holo called Son or 111. I think is how you'd say it. He released a song called 111. Super chill and vibey, like lo-fi type feels. Which is interesting because I kind of know the Son Holo lore. He like started off with like making very lo-fi music under the alias, I think Cassie Lo-Fi. And then he started, making Son Holo music. Then he went back to Cassie Lo-Fi for a little bit and released some stuff like under that alias. And now I guess he has a newer alias name called Son 111 and is releasing like super chill, vibey stuff again under this alias. It's a fun track. He like texted it out, like I'm on his like email or text chain thing and said, hey, I made this project and released a song. And I've been following Son Holo for a really long time. So I'm bound to usually like what he puts out or at least talk about it. So super chill and vibey, and I like listening to this as well. All right, I think that's it. That's all like the tracks that I wanted to mention and talk about throughout November and December of 2025. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Check out the songs. I'll drop my Spotify link to this 2025 playlist that all these songs I've talked about over the last year. If you're new to the channel, sweet, stick around. Please let me know what music you like listening to. Maybe I'll react to some videos of songs you react to some music in some future videos. And I just appreciate you. And I hope you go outside, touch some grass. I know it's probably cold right now where you're living, but touch some grass, get outside, breathe some fresh air, and do that creative thing you wanted to do, Whether it's drawing or painting or editing or making your own video on YouTube. Doesn't matter if no one watches it. It's just fun and it's good for you to express yourself, learn some cool editing skills or lighting skills. This lighting's not very good, so don't take tips from me. That's my recommendation. I love you. Stick around. Happy 2026. I'll see you in some future videos. Have a good night. Bye.